But yeah, I played Metroid Prime for the first time this year because of the remaster that came out. I'll technically count this because I that was part of my old gameplay. I thought that was my stream that just crashed, but it wasn't. Well, I played the video at the perfect time. This is my just this my that was my first stream of the game. Um, yeah, this game was really good when I played it. Uh, Playing it for the first time, I remember feeling like I thought like the from what I thought the game was when I was a kid, I thought it was like a very janky first person shooter game, and it's really not. It's really polished. It's really like um what is it called? Like for the time it came out, like this style of game on the hardware that it was on is pretty good for when it came out. I don't know. I never played the second or third games, but people don't really talk too much about the at least the third one. I remember people not liking the third one too much or something, probably because of the Wii. I don't remember what the reason is, but this game has a lot of interesting concepts and features that not too many games uh, did. Like it's very I'm trying to think of the word. Oh my gosh, it's very special, I guess. I had a really fun time playing it though. I don't really give like review numbers or anything, but it's probably my last like out of any of the games that came out this year. It's probably like on the back end, which is why it's the first game I'm talking about, but it's still a really good experience if you're a Metroid fan or just like a Nintendo fan in general. This is a really good game to play. Very fun. It's very easy to pick up and play. I thought I was gonna have like I thought I was gonna get lost a lot, which I wasn't. The map is a little weird. Figuring out how to deal with the map, and it's like moving it around is very weird. It's very old. The GameCube controller is very limited on what you can do with it because it has like a D-stick, analog stick, D-pad, and 4 buttons that are used for specific things, and then the Z button, L and R, and that's about it. Graphics wise, it's and frame rate wise was pretty good on for Switch, considering it's an older game and considering the Switch is a pretty underpowered console. It it did pretty well with the remaster of this game. The boss fights were pretty fun. Also, um, the plant in an alien little thing that you fight first. Pretty interesting, and the game gets really dark at times, like visibility wise, and then you have to use the visor, the very weird visor. I didn't really like that too much. Let me see if I can go to. That's probably like later on in my playthrough. Um, where is it? Probably like here. He's sort of. I don't know. Trying to find it. I think I got majority of the upgrades too. I didn't get all of them though. And there was a lot of like back and forth, which was like whatever. I don't really like backtracking and oh this mode, was it this mode? It might have been. I mean, this visor. No, it's not this one. That's the one you see through walls. The other one is like very bright, and you can tell. You can tell if you're using it or not. But yeah. Oh, there it is. Is this? Yeah, it's like super dark. You have to use this weird bright visor, the heat-seeking visor. And the game is like kind of scary at times. Like when the lights go out, it's pretty scary. I don't really like being scared in FPS games. I don't really play too many scary games like that. The OST is Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 also. I really like this game. I'm gonna play it on stream hopefully soon. Maybe after God of War, the DLC, I'll play the old school Game Boy Advance Legacy of Goku games, Legacy of Goku 1, 2, and Boost Fury. But yeah, overall this game is really good. I highly recommend this game. It's very fun. It's not that long. I'm sure I could have cleaned up my playthrough some without like having to backtrack and look stuff up or whatever I'm doing right here. It took me probably 17 to 18 hours. Not too bad. Pretty lengthy. And it was 40. I don't remember how much it was when it came out. Pretty cheap. And I got the physical copy, I'm pretty sure. Or no, I think I got the digital. I think the physical came out later. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember what was going on at the time. It was a very fun game. Very very good for the time it came out. Boss fights were fun. Meta Ridley. And then Metroid Prime. But yeah, that's probably I think out of how many games I'm talking about tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're on 13 games, so that's number 13. Usually I do like tweets of my game of the year list, but I wanted to do a video. I wanted to do a video last year, but I didn't get around to doing it. I'll probably end up doing the tweets at a later time. So that was number 13. Number 12, I don't know. What should I put for number 12? I have a lot of heavy hitters on here. All of them are pretty much really good games. I don't just play like really good games. I just play games that I know I'm gonna like. And this year was a lot of really good games. Nothing that I didn't really buy too many things that I wasn't gonna enjoy. I did buy some, but not too many. I was gonna talk about DLCs, but I probably won't. Next one is Persona 5 Tactica. This game was fun. It was I wish I could pull up some gameplay, but I don't want to just use anybody's gameplay. Yeah, this game was fun. Do I have gameplay on my PS5? I probably don't. I probably just have like trophy gameplay, which is like 15 seconds or something. Yeah, not many. Anyways, Persona 5 Tactica is a tactics game, which means it's like it's turn-based, but you're on a grid. So the gameplay is I wish I had my own gameplay. I don't have the game downloaded. I put tactics. I don't really want to use anyone else's gameplay. Battle gameplay. I guess I use PlayStation because they can't come after me, I guess. I was like, where's the screen? This is just gameplay of the game. This is how the gameplay is. It doesn't really get shaken up too much, the gameplay. It's very samey throughout the whole game. The gimmick is if you can get one of the enemies knocked down, you can do a triangle attack, or I forgot what it's called, but it's like a triple attack. But you have to position yourself as a triangle on the map in order to, and it doesn't matter if you can hit one enemy. If you get one enemy knocked down, as long as the one enemy that's knocked down, you can have a bunch of enemies that aren't knocked down on the in the triangle. So if you have a team that's spread out across the battlefield, and one is on one end, one is on the other end, and one is at the point. Any enemy that's caught in that is either killed or hurt really badly, and it only wastes one turn of your team's turns. So everyone has one turn, but the one more gives you obviously another chance to attack again, which is like old school SMT Persona gameplay. But it's pretty good gimmick. It's just the gameplay just doesn't evolve over time. Not much changes between the first map, the first stage, all the way at the end of the game. Some bosses have gimmicks, but that's probably about it. And the way you get personas is once you beat once you beat a stage, you just get random personas at the end of it. It's not that difficult. Like, there's no personas in the stage. They're all like enemies like that, like just random grunts and big enemies, small enemies. They all have different gameplay features or different gameplay attacks and gimmicks. I wasn't really a fan of the story. I honestly didn't really pay too much attention. I don't know why. It just didn't interest me too much. I wish it did. No, I didn't tell you to play someone else's video. Um, yeah, I wish I liked the gameplay more, or the story more. The gameplay was fine. I just wish I liked the story more. Um, I couldn't tell you what happened in the story. I just know that the main character, I mean the one of the new characters, we were basically in his psyche or something, and everything that was happening in this world was because of his mind or something. And the girl, the girl new character, she had she was like she became his persona. It didn't confuse me. I just wasn't paying attention to what was going on, which is my own fault. I'm sure the story was really good, but I just didn't really. I just didn't have. I don't know. I just wasn't paying attention. I wish I was. But yeah, gameplay is good. Story, I'm sure, is good. If you like tactics games, which I was really looking forward to this game when it was announced. I think it just took too long to come out, honestly. It's a tactics game, and they announced it like a year before it came out, and like I don't really like it. This game doesn't have much to it, so I wished it didn't take too long to come out. That's probably where my head was. I was probably like, man, this game should have came out like earlier in the year, or maybe like middle of the year, instead of coming out after Spider-Man, after all these games, all these big games. Because it just came out like a few weeks ago, like a month ago. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about Persona 5 Tactica. Pretty good Persona experience, pretty fun Persona experience, but I think I'm done with Persona 5 spin-offs. I don't think I really want another one. Hopefully Atlas can just start on Persona 6 or continue Persona 6, the development on that. Get as many people working on the project as they can and not have too many more spin-offs and stuff like this. Unless it's like a fighting game or a racing game, which people have been wanting that for a little bit, but I don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon. But yeah, that is my Persona 5 Tactica review. That was my number 12 game. Oh, number 11. Number 11. I should put more Metroid Fusion on there, but that technically didn't come out this year. That was just released on the Game Boy Advanced Virtual Console. This is number 11 coming up. I'll probably do this. No, it's okay. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh. This is pretty far down my list, but I still had a really, really good time with this game. And I still have a good time with it. It is Exoprimal. And this game is a very good dino not beat 'em up, but dino like killing game. Multiplayer. Like, I don't play multiplayer games like that. This is probably like the only multiplayer game I played this year besides like fighting games. I'm not counting fighting games though. I'm not counting Street Fighter 6 or Mortal Kombat. I was thinking about it, but I didn't really want to. But yeah, this game made by Capcom, Exoprimal. It is a multiplayer dino game. Killing dinosaurs is basically the goal. They're obviously not real. They're like they're not AI. They're not AI generated. I forget what the lore is behind the dinosaurs, but it's a very, very fun and addictive game. The gameplay is really good. you're engaged all the time. The whole time that this game that you're in a match, you're engaged in the game. Like there's no downtime at all. The only downtime is like the few seconds between rounds, and depending on how long the rounds are, I mean, depending on how long the match is, it could be pretty decently short to lengthy. And when you complete all the waves of dinosaur hunts, you get to compete against the enemy team or team up with them to fight super challenges or super arenas or whatever it's called, super raids. But it's decently rare when those happen. It all depends on where the people are that are in the story mode. This game was tied to story, so progression is tied to story in this game. So when you do enough dino hunts, exoprimal hunts, or whatever it's called, when you do enough multiplayer, you progress in the story, and then you get a special story mission that other people obviously can play with you. And that's how you progress to the story. It's not too long, but you have to play the game a lot to beat the story. My favorite class was the what is it called? The one I'm playing right here. I forgot what it's called, but pretty fun class. It has this is the new class. This is the advanced class of this one, the normal class. The normal one has a minigun. The other guy has a normal one that has a minigun. This one is like a charged shotgun, which is pretty cool. It attacks pretty good. Does a lot of damage. It's a tank class, so you're really trying to keep the dinosaurs out with that sphere grid that keeps them out for a little bit. The bigger dinosaurs just destroy that thing in like one hit. All the classes are pretty good. I didn't really run into one that I didn't like too much. Even the healers, I played the healers. I would play the healer if no one else is. And the good thing about this game is you can change classes on the fly. So you can change. I had like hair in my mouth. Oh my gosh. I put my little sphere right there on top of the spawning thing where the dinosaurs are coming from, and they were just falling off the cliff, and that counts towards your pretty sure that like when they die, that counts towards how many you got to kill. So that was pretty smart for me to do that. But yeah, the classes in this game you can change on the fly. So if I wanted to, I can just change out my class playing right here, and I could change it to a healer if we need a healer, or attacker if we need an attacker. Pretty good. Capcom did a lot with this, but they've been slowly updating the game. I haven't played it like that in a while. I have one trophy left to get the platinum, and it's killing 100 or 1,000,000 dinosaurs. I think I'm at like 30,000. I thought I was way higher than that, but maybe like almost 40,000. But if I wanted to get that one last trophy, I'm gonna have to play the game a lot more. And the Street Fighter collab is still going on, I think, or maybe it's coming up. I'm surprised they haven't done Monster Hunter yet. I'm really surprised they haven't done that. And each class has a super move, and the one I'm using right here to kill that dinosaur, it's like a non-stop attacking super move. It's pretty good. You can't really see what it's doing, but it's pretty good still. And yeah, when you're in a match, like a 1v, well, not 1v1, team v team match, you're racing against the other team to finish first, and whoever finishes first has the advantage going into the final round. And the final round can be a number of matches. Charge the hammer, which you have to kill enemies with the hammer in order to charge it, in order to kill the barrier right here. So it has to charge, the camera has to charge to 100%, and to do that you have to use it to kill other dinosaurs to charge it up faster. And then you have to and you can't be hit in the animation to hit the barrier, to kill the barrier. or else it'll just restart back to like 0. Not the hammer, but you're not gonna be able to hit because it's like a meter. You have to fill up in order to hit the barrier. It's weird, but it makes sense, I guess. I'm getting destroyed right there. Yeah, other match types is, what is it called? It's there's a lot of them. There's a lot of fun match types. They're all pretty much fun. It's a very addicting game. I always want to go back and play it. Sometimes the last few weeks I didn't have it downloaded. Last couple months I should say I didn't have it downloaded. I've been playing other stuff. So in my downtime I'll probably play it again. In my downtime I would play. If I had nothing else to play, I would just play it. Put on Exoprimal and just play it. So there's that. Yeah, overall, Exoprimal is a really fun game, really underrated. Not too many people are playing it. Not too many people probably even know this even exists or out. But really good. I have a lot of fun playing it, and I don't even play multiplayer games like that. The dinosaur hit me into the lava. But yeah, I think I'm done talking about Exoprimal. That's probably the first game tonight that I'm like, I was really excited to talk about. It's not much to talk about. It's just the gameplay is really, really fun. Story I don't even know. Story was whatever. It was interesting, but it wasn't that crazy. Nothing to write home about for the most part. Honestly, that probably should have been higher on my list, but that's my number 11 game. All right. I was thinking about putting Exoprimal on like my top 5, but I don't know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess I'll put Future Redeemed on here. But I'm not going to talk about that next because I really like Future Redeemed. So my number 10. No, actually, I won't put Future Redeemed. That's just going to mess up my count. Where is... I was gonna put AEW Fight Forever, but I decided against it. Oh, this is my gameplay for Armored Core. I have a little bit, and there was this Ire boss fight. No, not Ire. This is what is it called? I can't even tell. I can't even see what that name is. What is that? What is it called? The bitrate is horrible. Anyways, this was probably the hardest boss fight in the game for me. And it comes pretty late. It's probably like 75% through the game right here. But yeah, Armored Core 6, which is my number 10 game of the year currently. Let me take out Persona. Alright, Armored Core 6. This game was really good. I was really excited for it when they announced it because I never played an Armored Core game, but I like mech games a lot, and playing a game like this in 2023 from Software game, it has no ties to Dark Souls or anything. The gameplay isn't like Souls or anything. is very fast though, very fast paced. Uh, it's very satisfying to hit and kill other mechs. A lot of boss fights are really fun, really good, and challenging, which is good. From Software did a really good job with this game. I only played to beat it once because I really only had time to beat it once. Because I know there's like in New Game Plus, there's other I don't know what happens in New Game Plus, but apparently the game like changes up and whatnot or whatever. But my experience playing the playing the game and beating it was really good. This boss fight was very difficult. I think this is the attempt that I beat this thing. It took me forever. It took me like 2 days to beat this thing. It was the only time. This was the first time I got stuck on a boss fight in this game. Yeah, the gameplay is very challenging. Depending on the boss. Boss fights are really challenging. Very fun though. Like it never was annoying. It was always just pretty fun to play, regardless of how difficult the boss fights were. Some of them were like skill checks, and what is it called? Skill checks and like you have to make sure your AC going into you have to make sure your AC is as up to date and as like fitted out with good stuff as you possibly can, because if you don't, you're gonna get killed really quick. And I had the pile bunker. Yeah, I killed it with the pile bunker. Is it over that fast? I guess so. The pile bunker does a lot of damage, and the little two I forgot what they're called, something twin birds or something like that. I had 2 of them on. I had homing rockets. I had to try out a bunch of different weapons because it just wasn't working. Because I had the big laser sword, and I took that off because it just wasn't doing it for me. And I ended up using this as the one to beat the boss with. I had to find something that gave me some health, like the AC itself. I had to get health. I had to have speed, because if you don't have that fighting this thing, you're just gonna get destroyed. But yeah, this game has some really cool moments, really cool scenery, really cool boss fights. This is really like a fantastic game that just wasn't it wasn't really talked about this at the Game Awards at all. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it got nominated for anything, which is crazy because gameplay is really good. Maybe it got nominated for not Like a Dragon. Maybe it got nominated for something, but I don't know what. Maybe like best action game or something. There was only like one category probably. And this is my Ire fight. So I had a completely different setup for this boss fight. I have my little racing car form. I really like this thing. I started using it at the end of the game because I think you unlock it pretty late in the game. I was just standing right here because I noticed a pattern for her, or for the AI or whatever she is. If you stood, like when the match first starts, you just stand there and like she will miss like every attack. So I did that and got some damage on her. Yeah, story, like story is whatever you want it to be. So if you want to like side for with whoever you want, you can do whatever you want. And there's a bunch of different outcomes and a bunch of different stages that are for. I was gonna restart there because if I missed one attack, I was just gonna get screwed over. And she missed with that. So if you're stationary, if you're not moving when she's doing certain attacks, she's just not gonna hit you. Oh yeah, I got pretty like smart with how to beat this girl, beat this boss, because pretty. Look at this, it's so fun. Like, it's so fun to watch too. This is like, I just stood there and she just didn't hit me. But yeah, this Armored Core 6 is really fun. It's really good. I hope more people play it. Well, I'm sure it sold a decent amount. I don't know how many people played it or still playing it, or people that are interested in it and want to play it. It's still really good. Obviously, it just came out and it has some really good gameplay, and it's a modern Armored Core game. I don't think there's been one since PS3 or that generation. Almost died. It took me a decent amount to a decent amount of time to kill her on this playthrough. I almost died right there, but I dodged at the last second. But yeah, really good game. Fantastic game. Good gameplay. Good story from what I remember. Good story. But gameplay is the majority thing that this game focuses on, and it does a fantastic job with that. Being a mech and being able to maneuver that fast is really, really good. So that was my number 10 game. So number 9. Number 9 is Resident Evil 4, which I played and beat this full game on stream when it came out. RE4 remake. My first time playing Resident Evil 4 in general was this game. Had a really fun time with it, really good time with it. I don't really like, well, not like, but I don't really play too many games like twice. I was gonna start I did start my second playthrough of it with so I can get like unlimited ammo for certain weapons or whatever, but I didn't do it because other games were coming out and I just didn't have time. But this game is really fun. Obviously, it's really good. Capcom, obviously, with the RE engine, can make miracles happen with this game, or with their games in general. The rain is kind of a little weird. It's very like it looks really good, but it's like kind of weird. Mechanics are good. I don't know if there was crouching in the original game, but like they have stealth now, and they added just good changes from the original game. Gameplay was really good. I don't think they changed too much from the original game, which is a pretty faithful remake for this game. There was some stuff that was changed, but nothing major. Just like the way certain characters die or whatever. That's probably about it. I didn't play the ADSC, so I'm not going to talk about that. I really like this song. Parrying was fun, very good. If you don't do it right, obviously your knife durability is going to go down. Knife durability, like, well, you get better knives like way later in the game, and like there's a good knife or unlimited knife. I think there's an unlimited knife when you beat the game. I think I have that. So it's just a knife that just doesn't break, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know what to talk about. Story was good. Resident Evil 4. Compared to the original, I don't really see too many people praising this game like how they praise the original game. I don't really want to compare, really, because I never played the first game, so I'm only basing my opinions off of this game. I still had a great time with it. They obviously, like modern Resident Evils, they implement stuff that they do later in later games from original 4, like with the not lockpicks, but the stuff that's like locked up in like Resident Evil 7 and 8. They put that in this game. I don't know if there was like locked stuff in the original game. There might have been. There's some side stuff to do, not too much, but there's a lot of treasures and stuff to collect. All of it's pretty much useful for your gameplay experience because it gives you money, it gives you money is basically the most important thing. You get to upgrade your weapons, you get to make them stronger so you can have an easier time playing the game. And if I'm sure it's not too bad to just go through the game without upgrading stuff like that, or just doing the bare minimum, but it's pretty fun to just mess around with the weapons and see how good, how strong you can make Leon and his weapons. Boss fights were fun. Let me see if I can find a boss fight. The lake was fun. A lot of extra stuff to see in the lake and find in the lake. Yeah, but this is pretty much like a faithful, pretty much remake of the original game. Not too many changes, really. Graphics are really good. I know they did take out like some parts, but not too many. Nothing important. Puzzles were fine. I don't even remember too many puzzles, but I'm sure there was a decent amount of them. Saving Ashley from from the guys are pretty annoying, obviously. I think does she get away here? I think they take her. No, maybe not. I think it already happened or something. I think like right here or something. So I have to restart. I have to restart this part a couple times because of that. But yeah, Resident Evil, what else to talk about? It's pretty scary. Well, it wasn't that scary, honestly. I don't really play games like this, but this is a pretty entertaining, scary kind of game. It's very just running around. Like, it's not scary too much because you're Leon and you have a bunch of ammo, a bunch of ways to defend yourself. If this game didn't give you that like as much ammo or anything, I probably would be a lot more afraid to play it because like I'm not trying to waste my ammo on too much stuff, but everything drops ammo for the most part. And you get pretty powerful weapons throughout the game. You just gotta know what weapon to use on what enemies. I think I ended up getting all the Salazar little bobbleheads or whatever they were called. I don't remember how many times I died either. Probably not too many times. And meleeing is pretty fun to do. You just gotta knock them on the knee. You can do like a suplex or kick them in the head. Roundhouse kick. Hmm. I died here. Where did oh, the boss fight. This boss fight didn't, it gave me some trouble just because I was like, man, I don't know, like, if I'm like not hitting him where I'm supposed to, or it took me a decently long time. This area in general, the with the little bugs, just was just annoying. And the stuff was like going through the floor, like it's a very weird boss fight. Like his tentacles are going through the, like clipping through the stage. Yeah, playing this game with headphones is pretty good too, because you get to hear everything and what side the enemy's on or whatever. Did I die right there? No. I remember getting annoyed with that because it hit me after I started running. I thought I was good to run there, but probably not. Oh, I loaded the game. I thought I died there. I died like here or something. And I start running out of ammo. Oh, the insta kill. That's how I died. But yeah, not too much else to talk about. Fun game, really fun game, really good game. Good story. Very very faithful to the original game. I've seen people play it, so that I know. I'm basing my opinion on that. I know people. I've seen people play through this game, the original game, plenty of times, to know like that they kept majority of everything in the game except for like a few things. That is RE4. That was what, number 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 8. Number 8. Do I not have it on here? What the? Oh, there it is. Tears of the Kingdom, number 8. I wish I can say I probably, honestly, I probably liked Breath of the Wild a lot more than Tears of the Kingdom. Only because it just, like, Breath of the Wild is like a fresh Legend of Zelda experience. This game was obviously a sequel and is still good. It's still really good. I probably rank it higher than Breath of the Wild, but no, what am I trying to say? Just because of gameplay, the new abilities are just better to use. Like the one that makes you go like from the ceiling all the way up to wherever you can go. Being able to make your own uh, vehicles and make your own flying contraptions, making your own weapons. That's all really good changes for a game like this, for Breath of the Wild. It makes sense in the world. But it still feels like a sandbox game, like not polished, because only because it's your own experience. Like, I'm sure the game could be polished as long as you're playing it polished. But if you're just playing it, just playing it like how whatever, and that's just how your gameplay is gonna be. Like, if you're just not even doing the bare minimum, but like the gameplay for a game like this is very like the skill, what am I trying to say, the skill ceiling is really high for a game like this, and I just didn't put my all into it, honestly. I wish I did. I wish I could say I liked this game a lot more than I did, but I didn't. And I don't think it was really the story. I liked the story a decent amount. It was just, I don't know. It just was there, really. Like, I played it, I did a decent amount of stuff, and then I beat it, and I didn't play it again. Breath of the Wild, I would beat it, and then I think I would play it after it. I haven't played it since I beat it, I'm pretty sure. Still a really good, really good game. Really fun. Deserves every award that it can get. But I don't know. Like, it's very challenging, obviously. Like, it's gonna have its challenge. You can get this game is easier, I would say, Breath of the Wild, just because of you being able to make your own weapons. You can make, if you can find really good parts, you can make a really good weapon early in the game and just take that with you for a while until it breaks, and then if you get another piece of something, you can just remake that weapon. I had a bunch of really good weapons I probably didn't even use because late in the game, one decent amount into the game, you can get the Master Sword, and then you can fuse the Master Sword with whatever, and I would fuse it with like the strongest available weapon I can get, or the strongest available thing, and it would just make the Master Sword like completely overpowered. And that was a fun time, just killing whatever you wanted with the Master Sword. Let me see if I can find later gameplay with other abilities unlocked. The map system was fun. I wish you didn't have to unlock the map again. It's just the same map with different towers, I guess, different types of towers. I wish you didn't have to do that, but it is what it is. Yeah, they made the I don't know. I was getting destroyed here, I'm pretty sure. I think I died at some point here in this specific dungeon. But yeah, the game has a lot of challenges. A lot of the dungeons like this, they have specific challenges you have to do in order to get through them. It's not like the last game where you can just like it wasn't. These are pretty much well thought out, and with enemies that, if you're not careful, can kill you. Yeah, look at all these weapons that I probably just never ever used. A lot of food that I probably never used too. But yeah, this is a very well thought out game. A very really good game from Nintendo, honestly. It's just, I just wish I cared more. I wish I can just want to play it again, but I don't think I really want to. Like they added like the sky places and the under the underground, which is just as big as the world, which is pretty cool. I didn't explore majority of, well, probably not majority. I probably didn't explore like a good chunk of it because I didn't really need to for story and stuff. You have to for certain things, but not for much. And these things are like just going all crazy. But yeah, very very interesting concept this game has. Maybe other games are gonna learn from this, especially Tears of the Kingdom. This game has a lot of mechanics that are just out of this world. Like, who would ever think about something like this, type of game like this? Like being able to create your own like energy weapon, not energy weapons, but energy vehicles, and hitting it will turn it on, hitting it will turn it off. Even though I wish it was like just a switch that you can just press A on it, then it will work instead of like hitting it. But yeah, boss fights. Honestly, I don't remember too much besides like what boss fights were in this game. I forgot about putting my thing on. What boss fights were in this game? Am I tripping? I know like Shadow Ganon or whatever it's called. Not Calamity Ganon. The one that comes out of the floor once you kill enough of those little hands. That comes out of those. I didn't really fight too many of the Minotaur things. I forgot what they're called. I think I fought one. I fought the dragons. I fought some dragons. Didn't kill too many of them though. I probably killed like one or two of them in my playthrough. Yeah, doing stuff like this in this game is really fun. Really fun. Because you could just glide for forever. As long as you're standing on the right spot. In order to get to some of these towers, you have to do stuff like that. You have to fly high into it in order to get the door open or whatever. But yeah, this game really makes you think. It makes you use your brain a lot, which is good. In order to solve the puzzles. And you can solve them in however many ways you want. It's just like this one was pretty cool. You have to reverse the box in order to do the in order to get through the puzzle, you have to like reverse it. Really cool power. And then you have to like yeah, this game makes you think a lot, which is good. And Nintendo said they're not gonna make another one. They said that they're just gonna leave this at the Tears of the Kingdom, and they're just gonna, whatever the next Zelda game is, they're just gonna start from whatever, start from scratch. Probably won't be open world like this. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, really good game. Really good story from what I remember. Boss fights. Boss fight. I'm trying to remember a boss fight. I can't think of one. Honestly, I can't. Besides Ganondorf, and that's about it. I know I know there are some, but I just don't remember. Actually, I remember the one you get with the Gorons. A fight with the Goron. I remember him. I mean that one, but pretty gimmicky from what I remember. I think you fight like other versions of that boss later. And that's at one point in the game you can have all your heroes with you, which is pretty cool. And they like do attacks. Well, it's like ethereal versions of them, not actual them, which it would have been cool if it actually was them. But yeah, that is Tears of the Kingdom. Really good game overall. A lot of love put into it, obviously. A lot of just crazy mechanics that we'll probably never see again. Like whoever made this game, whoever at Nintendo made this game, they put a lot into this game. A lot of mechanics, a lot of just crazy stuff that you can do in the world. But yeah, that was my number 8 game. Now we're getting down to the wire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, how many was that? So I've done Tactica, Prime, Tears of the Kingdom, RE4, Exoprimal, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not tripping? 12. That was number 8, right? Or was that number 7? No, I think this is number 7, right? So 12, 11, no, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So yeah, this is number 7. I'm just trying to remember. Alright, so I guess this would be my number 7. Forspoken. Forspoken unnecessarily got a lot of hate at the beginning of the year. Why? I have no idea why, honestly. Oh yeah, Forspoken. This game got a lot of weird hate at the beginning of the year when it came out. this is a really good, a really good game. A lot of uh, a lot of people were saying like they just didn't like the dialogue. I, that was all people were talking about, was the dialogue. I was like, there's more to this game than the dialogue. There's way more to this game than what a character is saying in like a just a random moment. Like, it was nothing important that people were like. This character Frey, Frey or Faye, Freya, Frey. Okay, it's Frey. She is a normal human being, and at this point in the story, she's a normal human being that was born on Earth. She was born on Earth and lived a normal life like anyone else that lives on Earth. So out of nowhere, she gets thrusted into an alien world, in a world that she does not know, and she gets thrust into a world that she doesn't know and experience things that she's never experienced before, and she's gonna react in a way that any normal person would, if you're giving magical powers and are, you know, just confused by everything about what's going on, about the world that you're in, and how to even get back to the world. Like, there's a lot on Frey's mind at this point of the game, in the very early part of the game, and she expresses that through her dialogue. And a lot of people are comparing it to like Marvel. Like, people are like who says that? Like, I'm just like, I'll probably get to it. Let me see. And like, she reacts to her new powers right here. She reacts to like killing a something that's attacking her, something that's aggressive and attacking her. She reacts like, oh, did I just do that? Wow. Like, she has dialogue like that. Like, did I just do that? The dialogue isn't playing. I'm aware. Yeah, and like, she gets full of herself because she's like using powers, using magic to kill stuff that's attacking her, and she's reacting to it. She's the player, basically, and that's fine. Like, people were up in arms about like 2 lines of dialogue. Like, they were up in arms about what this character said, not how the way she looks or the way gameplay was. This game looks fantastic. This is probably like one of the best looking games on PlayStation 5. I don't think it's on Xbox. I think it's only on PS5. This is and PC, I think. This is a really good looking game. The effects are really good. It's the engine that made Final Fantasy 15. The same engine, Luminous engine. The gameplay is fantastic. It's really good. I wish I played more on stream. I think I only did a couple streams of this. I wish I played more. But I did beat it. I just beat it off stream. And then you can like run around the world. Eventually later you get really good powers. And you get to run around really fast. You just become really powerful. And then people in the world, obviously people in this world, don't know who you are and don't know your story, and you're trying to like escape because they captured you because the armband you have. The armband is like one of the ones, I forgot what it's called, but it's not good in this world, or it's only for certain people or whatever. The the higher, I forgot what they call them, but basically like the queens of each area has that has those bands. I'm pretty sure. My little PlayStation cape. I kept this cape on throughout the whole game. It's really cool looking. This game is really polished too. I don't know what the budget was for this game. I'm pretty sure it was a decent amount, but they put a lot of it into the graphics, into the gameplay. A lot of this game is just really, really good. This is really polished. I didn't play the DLC yet. I think I will eventually, but I beat the game. I did some of the post game stuff. There's a decent amount of post game stuff to do. Freya as a character herself, she's really fun. Very, for the most, like for a good chunk of the game, she's very pessimistic and very just negative. She wants to go home. She wants to go to her. She wants to go home. She wants to not help these people because they're treating her like an outcast and they don't want her around or whatever. But then once you start to play through the game and learn everyone's stories, and Frey ends up wanting to save these people and wanting to help. But that's way later in the game. Like she's really just negative for like a good like half, maybe more than half of the game, because she just wants to go home, and she's just trying to do everything in her power to make that happen. But in order to do that, Huff, which is the thing on her arm, who's actually the character itself, he wants you to do certain things, and he wants you to get more powerful, and wants you to beat these other ladies, the queens or whatever they're called of each, like there's like areas of the game, and there's like 4 different queens or 5, and those come out, I mean those get talked about, I mean not talked about, they're they get when you run into them, you'll know who they are. I forgot what their name is. But yeah, here's like the running around. And it's a really big world. It's really big, really has a lot of really nice environments. Take pictures of stuff. Boss fights are really fun, really fun. There's boss fights in which are random, like not random places, but there's like towers or whatever they're called you can like go into, and there's like a dungeon in there, and then you can go through the dungeon, and at the end of the dungeon there's a boss fight. I forgot what they're called. I don't know if I do one in this video or not. Oh yeah, these little cat things that you can find. Pantasilos familiars. Enemy variety is also really good. There's a bunch of different types of enemies. Not just like what is it called? Not just different, like same enemy, different look. Not like that type of enemies. There's enemies like throughout the whole, like different enemies throughout the whole game. Upgradables throughout the whole game. Bunch of different powers to use. And everything, it's very easy to play too. Like it's the difficulty does come in. Like there is some difficult challenge. There is some challenge to this game. But you have to like just keep maneuvering in fights, because Frey is very fast and she can get out of You can get out of things quick, get out of situations quick if you act fast enough. And enemies have weaknesses, something that a lot of games should have, like not a lot of games should have, but that some games should have. I wish Final Fantasy 16 had different weaknesses for enemies, but they don't. I don't know why they didn't have that in the game. It would have made gameplay a lot more interesting, even though the game is really probably the best action game I've played. I just wish the variety of like your moves were better in 16. I'm not talking about 16 right now. I'm talking about Forspoken. But this game does have that. It has a different variety of abilities to use. Different like you have the rock one, the rock abilities. There's water abilities later. There's fire abilities. There's wind abilities. I don't remember which other ones, but there's a bunch of different abilities that you can get by beating the Tantas. Is that what they're called? I think that's what they're called. I could have sworn I played this game more than twice on stream, but I guess I only played it twice. That sucks. Is this a boss? About to be a boss, I think. Yeah. Here's one boss, which is pretty interesting to fight. But yeah, Forspoken is a really underrated game. It's a really underrated game. People just like to hate on it for little to no reason, and that's why it didn't sell that well, because people were like, "Oh, this person did it. The voice acting sucks, or the dialogue sucks." When they only saw one clip of Frey in the very early part of the game, and she evolves obviously through the game. But whatever. I had a great time playing this game. I had a fantastic time playing this game. It's a game that should get more love because the gameplay is really good. It's really good. And you have to think. I like when games make you think when you play the game. It's not just press a button and you win. Like you have to close in the distance, which I'm not doing here. That thing wasn't too crazy strong. There's stronger versions of that enemy, or of enemies in general, of bosses. I think I was probably over leveled at that point. But yeah, running around the world as Frey, experiencing the world of Praenost, of Tanta. I don't remember, honestly. I don't remember what the world is called. I know Tanta, Praenost, and I don't know what else. The animations are really fun, really fluid. It's just a fantastic game. Pick up Forspoken. Like, play this game. It's worth the money. It's worth whatever money it costs right now, whether it's full price or on sale. Really good game. Forspoken. So I was number 7. Oh. 1. All right. Number 6. I don't remember. Number 6, I think. Like a Dragon, Ishin. I played this whole game on stream. My full experience is on stream. Where is it? I don't remember what year. What month this game came out in. Oops, I did not want to open up Steam. Please don't crash. Like a Dragon Ishin. Just like any other Yakuza game, this game is gonna have. Then this game has a bunch of twists, a bunch of turns. Gameplay was it took me a little bit to get used to the gameplay because I was so used to Dragon Engine gameplay. This game is made on Unreal Engine 4 or 5, one of those. And RGG went back in time with this game because it uses obviously like Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami 1 style of gameplay, which is very it's not slow, it's just very feels like just an old Yakuza game, which obviously it is. It's a remaster of the PS3 game Ishin, or PS4. I think it was PS4, and it never came out to the West until this game. Really fun experience playing this game. It was very a lot of story, obviously, a lot of story for this game. The gameplay, the what is this stance called? I forgot what this stance is called, but it's very fun. It's probably my favorite stance in the game because you get to shoot and you get to swing your sword. Pretty cool. And this was a decent. It was a really fun change of gameplay with Ishin, because I was just used to Dragon Engine stuff and just using my fists for the most part. And you get every style that you have, you get experience for that style by using that style and killing with that style a lot. I think if you just use the style, you just get points like that. I don't think you have to kill with that specific style. Maybe you do in order to get more points, but yeah, you get styles. Yeah, like soul orbs and style orbs and whatever for the specific style that you want to level up. This is a dungeon. I think this is a story dungeon. And you can just use the gun and just shoot from afar for however long you like. You just have unlimited bullets, I'm pretty sure. And then they have armored enemies in this game. Like, this game is a very, very different Yakuza game in a good way. It's not your typical Yakuza game. It's, well, obviously because it's a different game in general, but like, it's not Yakuza. It's Ishin, technically, because there's no Yakuza in this game. There's just your character is part of the, I forgot where you start off, but you're not really. Oh yeah, this heat action is pretty cool. He like reversed it. I think that's probably like the only time that happened in the game. Later in the game, you're part of the Shinsengumi, and you're infiltrating it as a different, like, you're not the character that you're playing out. You're playing a different character, and you're Ryoma Sakamoto Ryoma. That's your real name, I'm pretty sure, and you play as a different. I mean, Ryoma is a different character. Like, he goes by a different name because he's on the run or whatever. So he has to change his name, and then he joins the Shinsengumi to find out what's going on with the story. I don't really remember too much, but I remember having a fun time with this game. I remember enjoying the story a lot. It was just very different. It was a very different experience than I've for a Yakuza game. Still has a lot of heavy story stuff, heavy side stuff, just like every other Yakuza game. Upgrading your weapons was just very annoying though, because you had to grind. This is like one of the only Yakuza games where you have to grind for materials in order to upgrade your defense or your just everything that you see right here. And you have to have like hammers in order to do certain ones. And it was very just too much honestly. But that's if you want to. You don't have to. You can go through the game just by like upgrading here and there, and then you'll be fine for late game stuff. But yeah, I bought this thing because of this game. I bought I forgot what it's called, but I bought one of these because of this game. And the Haruka, I've spent a lot of time doing this. I wanted to get money and I wanted to finish the paying off her debt. I rarely use the brawler stance because I was like, I played enough Yakuza to not want to have to use that style really. And then you get these little cards. You get those later in the game too, which gives you special moves in fights and has a cooldown. I think if you get hit while you're using it, it takes the health away from those, I think. But yeah, this game uses a lot of older character models and older character voices, but they're not obviously the characters from those games. So that's Kuze, but his name is Ito in this game. Same voice actor, same model, same voice actor, same face model, same what is it called? Face scan or whatever. Same actor in general. And this game only has Japanese voices. There's no dub for this game, which it didn't really need to be. There's Kashiwagi. I really like this though. This game was very, very good. Here's oh my gosh, Akiyama Katsura. Boss fights obviously were really, really good, really fun to play. They're Yakuza and with swords. Like it's just a different style of game with this game. Very different style, very different gameplay. And the numbers, I could have turned that. You could turn that off. I'm pretty sure the numbers, but I didn't for some reason. This crazy heat action. The heat actions are really good in this game. Really, really brutal because you're using a sword and guns. I wanted to keep. I don't know if you're locked to just a sword in this fight. I don't remember, but there is Tiger Drop in this game. You can get Tiger Drop for the what is it called? For the sword and for your fist, for the brawler stance. Shooting Akiyama just there's a lot of blood too. This is probably the most bloody Yakuza game. Yeah, and the little those cards are just ridiculous too. I don't think those are in the original. I could be mistaken though. It's very different game. This game is still a very fun experience though. I don't even know how much damage that did. I don't even think that did that much damage. Mine. What his voice actor, his model and voice actor, Ryo Aoki. Even though he was never in the older engine, so they had to make him for this engine. Same with Goda too, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this game is very epic, very crazy, ridiculous. Any other word, just in general. I really like this game a lot though. It's really, really good. Here's my Kenny Omega card, Ichiban card, Songhui card and Makoto Makimura's card. But yeah. I don't really know what else to say except this game is really good, really fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed this game a lot. Yeah, that was my number, what, 6? Number 6 game. For 5. Just getting down to the wire. I think this will be my number 5. Jedi Survivor. Jedi Survivor. This game when it came out had some issues, had some frame rate issues, maybe crashing issues, but besides those, I really had a fun time playing this game. Cal is a very much changed character from the first game. He's a much different character starting this game out. He's become a full-fledged Jedi, getting himself out of certain situations, trying to rebel against the Empire, because the Jedi are it's in their blood to do so, because they want to do good. They want to help. They want to help as much as they can. Gameplay in this game, fantastic. Probably the best Jedi experience that I've ever played. You get to play as Cal. He's very strong character. They changed some stuff. You can not kill, but you can, well, you kill, yeah, but you can cut off arms, limbs and stuff in this game. Legs, I think, maybe aren't, well, arms obviously, but I think you can do legs. Just no head decapitations, unless it's going to be an M-rated Star Wars game, but I don't think they'll ever do that, which I don't mind. Limbs are fine. Yeah, there's was that a leg? I don't know if that was a leg. There's arms and can't tell if that was a leg. It kind of looked like it, but I can't tell. But this Jedi Survivor is very good. I had such a great time playing this game. I don't think I played the whole thing on stream. I played a decent amount of it on stream, but gameplay with a lightsaber, what more could you ask for with a game with a lightsaber from a Star Wars game? Playing with the lightsaber, that is one of the coolest fictional weapons of all time. I don't think anything really can come close. Lightsaber is just incredible weapon. It's a sword that can kill in one shot for the most part, except for obviously a game like this is gonna have workarounds, because you want to have a good gameplay experience and be challenging. You can't just one hit everything and have it be fun, or be sustainable, a sustainable fun experience. Story in this game was fantastic. I loved it. It's probably one of the better stories in Star Wars, with Cal's journey. He's a really good character in this game. The first one, obviously, he's younger and he's naive and he's learning. and he didn't really have much of a life. He was just like doing nothing his whole life until he was able to uh, branch out and be an actual what he was born to do, be a Jedi. And in this game, you're playing as a realized Jedi in Cal and his BD1 companion, which I love. BD1, really good side character, even though he doesn't speak, obviously. Gameplay variety is just as much as the first one, way more though than the first one. A lot of different types of enemies. Getting your double bladed lightsaber really early in game. You can have stances now in this game. The first one didn't have stances. Well, I guess it was technically stances, but you just had a single lightsaber, or you can just turn it to a double lightsaber, and then you can have a special move in the first game where you have you can break it apart and use it at once. The side characters in this game are really good also. Bode, the guy from the ship, Seer, the Dathomir girl. I'm not forgetting her name. That was one of the most important ones. Forgetting it right now, but she's really good, fantastic in this game. You have companions, people who not go on missions with you, but people who you can use in fights. Like you can lock them down with your side character. They can lock the enemies in place, or just kill whoever you lock them onto. You make them lock onto. But yeah, I've never played another Star Wars game that makes you feel like a Jedi more than this one. Just a fun, like very, very polished, and just a very, very cool, realized Jedi experience with this game. The story is very Star Wars, obviously. There's a lot of ups and downs for Cal. A lot of places to explore. The worlds are much bigger in this game than the first game. There's a lot more stuff to do, a lot more areas to explore. Very open world gameplay experience from this game. A lot of different types of enemies, and here's the double lightsaber stance, which is good. I use this one a decent amount until you get the ones that you can unlock later. I use the I'll show it off if I can, if I have gameplay of it. I think I do. Was I fighting this? Oh, I was fighting this thing on stream. Did I beat it on stream? I don't know if I beat this thing on stream. I don't think I did. This thing was just annoying to fight. The spawn of Ogdo, very annoying enemy. This is very much a challenging enemy. The gameplay is challenging in itself. It's a really good mix of challenging and fun. This thing doesn't really give you too many opportunities to hit it. I didn't know you had to jump for that. I wish I knew at the time. I get killed to this thing. I killed it off stream, I think. I was doing good, and then yeah. Yep, that's one hit if you get. I think what I was trying to do with when he would stick his tongue out, I'm pretty sure in the first game you can like hold it in place or yank it and like cut it, but I was trying to do that. You can't do that in this game. Where was this at? Yeah, this is much later in the game where you also get you get 2 more stances after the first 3, which is the Kylo Ren big lightsaber which is really fun to use. That's probably my first or my second favorite stance in the game. It's just like a great sword, basically. Really fun to use, and you have like different attacks, like different animations for the attacks for that weapon, for that style, for that stance. And do I have the other one here? Do I have the gun one here? I don't know why my stream just randomly dips out. I have no idea. I wish I could fix that, but anyways, the map in this game is also much better than the original. You can actually see the map in this game. The other one, the last game, it was very weird. And there's mounts. And the puzzles are very interesting too in this game. I like them a lot. This is my favorite stance, the one with the gun. It's exactly like the Yakuza Ishin stance, except for like just different animations, obviously. The enemy variety is here. Enemies with guns, enemies with lightsabers. Not Jedi though. They're just people that have the Kyber crystals, whatever they're called. Bounty hunters. This game, oh no, is it? No, it's not this game. But the chess, not the chess game, but the mini game that makes you your monsters fight each other. That's so good. I wish they made that into like a mobile game or something. Or I wish they had more people to fight, because you only have like so many, and then after you beat those, you don't need to play it anymore. But yeah, just like any other good game, this world has like areas that you can visit, and then once you have a certain, like once you what am I trying to say? Once you can't progress a certain amount, you have to come back later in order to progress more of it, because you need certain abilities that you don't have at a certain point in time. But yeah, story is really good. Environments, level design is all fantastic. I enjoyed so much of this game. This, oh yeah, there were 2 Rancors. Yeah, Jedi Survivor is a great game, fantastic game, great music, great gameplay, great everything. Later, I think they started to patch the game more and more. The frame rate was a lot better. Everything just got better with time. I don't know how it is now, but I'm sure it's a lot better than it was. But yeah, overall, my Jedi Survivor experience was fantastic. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I wish there was more. I wish I could play more, but I don't think they do. They didn't do DLC for the last one, so they might not do one for this one, and just focus on the next game, which I don't mind. The story is basically done with this game. There's more to tell of Cal's story, because going to spoilers, he's fighting the Force. I mean, not the Force. He's fighting the dark side. I didn't know I died there. He's fighting the dark side, his dark side urges. He let it get to him at the end of this game, or at the ending parts of this game. He gives into his dark side a little bit, which is obviously not good for a Jedi. And the Jedi are don't really exist anymore. So he's like in a different, like the Jedi. There's no Jedi Order, I should say. And his type of Jedi is he's gonna do whatever it takes to make sure, like he said, he keeps the people around him safe, and he makes sure that he wants to do what's best for the galaxy at the end of the day. And we'll see where his journey goes in the next game. I'm really interested in his character, and where he goes, and the people around him, where they help him and where they go with him. Next game. Next game is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, number 4. Hogwarts. Hogwarts Legacy came out earlier this year. One of the first games that came out this year, I'm pretty sure. This is a very much realized Wizarding World game that the team, Portkey Games, I think that's the team, WB Warner Brothers, they did a fantastic job with studying the world of Harry Potter. They went into in depth and how much they included from the books, from just the overall world of Harry Potter. They put a lot of love and a lot of effort into making a Harry Potter world experience in game form. That's something that I've been wanting for as long as Harry Potter's been in my life. This game was a breath of fresh air for me in games, because it's like an experience that you can't really get back again, like an experience that you can't experience again. And when I first played through this game, I was like, man, I was blown away by everything, by so much detail, especially Hogwarts castle itself, Hogwarts School, and the surrounding area of Hogwarts. The world is huge too. It's open world, so they put a lot of effort into making it seem like a very fantastical, magical world filled with magical enemies, magical beings. There's like centaurs, there's unicorns, and you can oh my god, you can make, once you get far enough in the game, you can make your own inside the room of requirement. There's like a place where you can not breed, but you can breed. Actually, you can breed, but you can put animals, magical animals in there, and you can have them, and you can roam. You can have them roam all over the place. You can feed them. You can pet them. Like the details like that is what makes this game just stand on its own. I wish I put it at number 1. Honestly, this might be my number 1 because I'm just thinking about this game. It's not my number 1, but it's because this game can benefit off of a sequel, or not even a sequel, but just another game. They can learn from their mistakes, which there's not many, but there's stuff that they can improve, obviously. But what this game does right is make it feel like you're in an authentic Harry Potter experience. And it just, from the casting of spells to watching like books and stuff fly all over the place, things floating, making it seem like it's very authentic when it is. Very, 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 very good experience playing this game. The story it was fine from what I played. I mean, from what I remember. It's very dark. The game is very dark. It's people die, people get killed. With the curses, people get you go through a lot in this game as the player. You start off going through a lot for the most part. Just getting to Hogwarts was a crazy experience for the main character. But yeah, going and sitting through the classes, getting to do mini games after the classes with the one mini game where you can like hit the ball or bring the ball and then stop it, and that getting more difficult later. The flying on the broomstick, which you get a decent amount into the game, you get that. Flying on your broomstick is just a crazy fun experience. Something that I hope the next game has is Quidditch, or they just make a whole just Quidditch game itself. They could do that too, but enemy variety is also, there's a lot of enemy variety. Goblins, spiders, other magical wielding enemies that cast spells at you. You name it. Like, they have like a lot of just so many things that I would never have thought to put in. If I were to make a Hogwarts game, it would turn out horrible. I'll just have like the bare minimum stuff. But they put things all over the place. They put just secrets everywhere. Hogwarts is just a big old secret, big old, what is it called? Big old like puzzle. It's in itself. Fast traveling system is very fast. Takes like 2 seconds to fast travel to wherever you want. You can fly wherever you want. You can fly off of campus to the open world. You don't have to like. This is a very, very seamless game experience too. Final. I have to change that name. Final. Let me change that name real quick. But yeah, the gameplay. I'm making sure. The side characters were fun. Like, they're, like school kids. The teacher, the older teacher, I forgot his name. He was on screen not that long ago. He's a pretty fun character, pretty good character. All the teachers were pretty fun for the most part. Pretty cool. They didn't really do much outside of like just teaching. They didn't really know what anything you do outside of the school, they just don't care about. You can kill people with the killing curse with Avada Kedavra, and nobody cares, which is funny. Or you can just go around just wreaking havoc, just killing anything that you find. Nobody says anything. When I think before the game came out, I was like, man, I wish there was like a morality meter or something that affects your house points or something at the end of the year. So if you're going around killing things that you shouldn't be killing, or if you or if you're using the killing curses, that'll like dock your house points, and then you'll lose the house points at the end of the year. I wish there was more stuff like that for this game, but that's stuff that they can add for the next game. Like not even morality meter, but like just like if you don't do enough side quests, your house isn't gonna win the house cup at the end of the year. This is stuff like that they can add later on in the second game, or whatever project they're working on next for Harry Potter or for the Wizarding World. Clothing variety is pretty cool. There's a lot of cool clothes you can get in the game. The spells are really good too. Everything is just feels so good to use too. And then you can throw plants that'll do damage or kill the enemies you're fighting. Revelio, just using Revelio every like 2 seconds to find whatever you're looking for. The puzzles in the open world are pretty fun. These Dug Bogs are so annoying. They were so annoying to fight. They're really just hard to fight. They're really durable. And you get Protego, where you can like defend yourself, and Defendo and stuff like that. Defendo is more like a spell, but Protego is like the one you use. It's like a bubble that comes up around you. The gameplay is very just, what is it called? Like rock, paper, scissors in a way, where you have to use certain spells for certain enemies, and certain enemies are weak against certain spells like fire and whatever else, other ones like that. Other what is it called? Other effects or whatever. Not effects, but other, not resistances. What is the word? Other like elements. But yeah, overall, Hogwarts Legacy has a really good it's a really good experience. I want to play this game again. I have other playthroughs that I started because I got the platinum trophy. In order to get that, you have to get to a certain point of each house, and I did that for my last trophies. So that's the only ones I needed. You can get all the other ones when you play the game, but you only need like 3 other ones for other playthroughs. But yeah, the gameplay experience is something that hopefully can be repeated. They struck gold with this game, though. Honestly, a lot of people, obviously, like just like Forspoken, a lot of people were just hating on this game because J.K. Rowling and all that. But I'm just like, this is, yeah, she may have created the world, but she had nothing to do with this game. The people who made this game are huge fans of the series, and they did the best. They did their best with this game, and you can tell like they didn't cut corners. Like I didn't feel like this game cut corners at all. Like they put a lot into this game, a lot more than I would have thought, and I'm very appreciative of that because it gave me a really fun Hogwarts experience, a really great, fantastic experience playing this game. Bosses, boss fights were here and there. They're all over the place, depending on what you're fighting and wherever you are. Because there's like trolls and big spiders and all that. Challenging. Like if you're not leveled up enough and whatnot, the gameplay is like really challenging, depending on how much you're leveled up. Story, from what I remember, was interesting. It was you're finding out the mystery of something older. I forgot what it's called. Is it the old magic? and you have like your special. Oh yeah, the old magic. It's like your special, and you do like a big old like burst of damage basically when you use it. I think it's dependent. I don't remember how it works really, but pretty cool to use. It's like a meter you can gain. I didn't use it too much. Like I kept forgetting about it honestly, but it was still fun to use. Yeah, the effects of this game too was like you can open up your sack of beasts, and you can ride your hippogriff or whatever that you want to ride on. You can find nifflers. You can there's a bunch of different beasts in this game that you can get. Really, and there's like shiny versions of them too, which I had a lot of shinies of animals. I mean, of beasts. But yeah, story was fantastic. Gameplay is fantastic. Effects, world building, everything in general was just fantastic about this game. I loved it. Day and night cycles.
Because there's a whole bunch more where that came from here today, as this is the finale.
Or was it day and night cycles? It was. I want to say yes. Or maybe depending on. No, I think it's like dark here. Yes, day and night cycles. Yeah, it's getting lighter here.
But we can't celebrate just yet because we've still got to save the world from Majin
What
Buu
the?
and analyze what can.
Okay, why does YouTube do? Why is it doing that? Hold up. I haven't listened to Boost Fury OST in a very long time. I probably died a decent amount in this game, but it was if you're not prepared, you'll get killed pretty easily. There is the ancient magic. I think it's ancient magic or something. Turn them into a chicken, or you can just straight up blow up somebody. But yeah, fantastic game, fantastic experience. Now number 4, or is that no? That's number 4, I think. Or no? Let me see. God bless you. Okay, top 3 now. Which is number 3 is, where is it? Oh, here it is. Number 3 is Spider-Man. Crazy enough. With how much I was excited for Spider-Man, I had a great time playing it, but it's not my top 3 games of this year. Crazy enough. I wish I had more gameplay too, but unfortunately at the time of the game coming out, my computer wanted to trip out on me, and I wasn't able to stream it because my computer was not dead, but it was just not usable during the time I was playing this game. I wish I was able to stream more of this, but my computer was messed up and it wasn't working, so I just played it on my own. I only have 2 streams of this game. But yeah, Spider-Man, fantastic game, fantastic combat. It doesn't really do too much different from the first game, which is, it doesn't have to. It's a Spider-Man game. No, not Steam. Yeah, story in Spider-Man, that's probably the most important part, other than gameplay. Gameplay was still fantastic, and it obviously opens up more later on in the game when you get other types of powers like the Venom powers and more evolved Venom powers for Miles. Miles as a character really becomes his own Spider-Man in this game. He goes through having to deal with the man who killed his dad, or who had a hand in killing his dad. Having to deal with that and being the bigger person, dealing with something like that. Peter, on the same thing, he's going through. I don't think the weird thing with Peter is he doesn't really hold Martin Lee too much, like as much as Miles doesn't like Martin Lee. Peter doesn't really have that type of likeness. Like, he doesn't have the same mentality as Miles, even though, you know, Martin is why Aunt May died. He was the main reason why. He doesn't really take it too much out on Martin Lee. I don't really know why. I don't think they really. I think they just wanted Miles that to be have Miles deal with that over Peter. Peter has his own stuff to deal with in this game, which is his friend Harry coming back from Europe, and well, obviously not Europe, but coming back into his life, and obviously Peter, I don't know if Peter in the comics could like sense the symbiote, like he can sense like something else was in Harry. I guess not, because in this game obviously that doesn't happen, and he's taken like off guard when Harry tries to, when Harry helps him at Coney Island. Well, there's a lot of Spider-Man villains in this game. Not really Sinister Six levels. Like, there's no like villain team ups. Sort of. There's a not Kang, Kraven, who's like the main bad guy. I would consider him the main bad guy in this game. For at least like 80 to 90% of the game is Kraven. Kraven's killing off the villains in this game, and he thinks that the villains of New York are like a lot more powerful than they are, and so he comes here thinking that he's gonna get a challenge, and he gets no challenge because they're really just Monster of the Week villains, and they're not on Kraven's level. They're not in Kraven's league. Which is pretty crazy because the first game, the villains were like very, 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 like, they were doing a lot, because of Doc Ock, and he was not controlling them, but he was the mastermind behind it all. And without someone to lead those villains, they're just villain of the week enemies. They're just not anything crazy that Peter has to deal with. They're just enemies they're just villains that aren't really too harmful to Peter. They can be if they gang up on him, just like the first game, but especially with two Spider-Man, it's probably just really hard to do. So anyway, Kraven just kills Scorpion. I don't know what happens to Rhino. Apparently he dies, but that was off screen, but that wasn't really shown. It was in an unmarked, not unmarked, but it was in an unfinished part of the game. A game that they part of the game that they probably just cut, which showed Rhino's head, or at least his armor. But it looked like it was his head. So all the villains from the first game are basically dead, except for like maybe Rhino, Doc Ock, and that's about it. Vulture's dead, Electro's dead, Scorpion died. We saw Scorpion die. We didn't see anyone else really getting killed, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because I don't really like seeing comic book characters getting killed like that. But this game was got very dark. It gets very gruesome and very just nasty at certain points. But it's still a really, really good Spider-Man game. Really fun experience. Spider-Man has gadgets, which I guess it makes sense. I don't mind Spider-Man having gadgets too much. It leans more towards current MCU Spider-Man with his gadgets and stuff. But Spider-Man in this universe is a scientist, and he helped Doc Ock a lot, so he knows his way around robotics and stuff like that. So it makes sense in this universe. I have the same shirt on. I just noticed that. But yeah, Sandman. That was the only time you find him in the game. He does have missions that you can find his little crystals throughout the game, which I think I did it like in one day, maybe 2 days. I found them all pretty early. Side stuff to do. The side stuff in this game was pretty fun. They put a lot of effort into side stuff this time around. I liked them in the first game too, but it seems like they did a lot. They have a lot. It feels like a lot less, but higher quality side stuff, or just stuff in general in this game. Gameplay, obviously fun. It gets way better later once you get more stuff. Take pictures around town for the one guy. I don't really have too much gameplay. But yeah, Peter's story in this game is stopping Kraven, obviously, from killing the people he loves, or just stop him from killing anyone in general throughout the game. And Harry, he has the Venom symbiote inside of him. He helps us, and then Peter gets hurt later on. He gets near killed. I don't know if he dies. He technically dies, I think. And then the symbiote attaches itself to Peter, and then that's when the Venom symbiote gets the spider powers from Peter. So then when it reattaches to Harry later in the game, he has spider powers. That's how it usually goes, I'm pretty sure. The suits were also really good. I think the update for this game is coming soon, so when that happens, when you beat the game, you can use all the suits from day one instead of having to re-unlock them, which is why I haven't played it again, because I'm not about to unlock all the suits again when I already have them unlocked in my completed playthrough. And the main missions, they're all pretty much fun. I wish you had more team up missions with Miles or with Peter or whatever, because you don't. There's not too many of them. There is a lot of when you're in a mission with Peter also, or when in a mission with Miles, they're not really around. Like Peter, like this is a group mission, but Peter is like wherever he is, he's doing whatever. But they balanced it out pretty well. I just wish there was more team up stuff to do, like team up side stuff to do, but there isn't. There's just once you pick one Spider-Man, that you just pick that Spider-Man. I guess you don't need two Spider-Man for everything, which I guess it makes sense in a way, but I would have liked more team up stuff to do. And gameplay, bosses, fantastic. Feel like you're Spider-Man, obviously, in this game. I don't know what happened right there. That person is like flying all around. What is that person doing with that harpoon? He's like jumping all over the place. But yeah, makes you feel like you're authentic Spider-Man. web stuff, electric moves with Miles, finishers, a bunch of new animations in this game. A lot of different types of not new villains, but a lot of different new villains to this game. Like Mysterio's in here. Who else? Who else is in here? The suits, yeah. I like this suit a lot. The Puerto Rico Miles suit. But yeah. Story, gameplay, everything was fantastic in this game. I like this suit a lot too. But yeah, gameplay, story, being able to play as Venom was a really good experience. You don't get to play with him too long, but you do get to play with him. Yeah, killing Kraven. Well, Venom killing Kraven was a pretty shocking moment in the game, because it got pretty gruesome. It didn't show everything, but it showed enough, and they got away with it because of it had a lot of blood. It was a lot of blood. That's probably where all that's probably like the bare right at the edge of it being M-rated and T-rated was probably that they put it all in that scene. And then Venom being the last fight, which is really good fight. And they added parrying to this game too. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that gadget a lot. It does really good. What else? Venom. Scream, I think that's where her name is. When MJ turns into that symbiote, pretty cool fight. You're just basically talking MJ, trying to get through to MJ. The MJ stuff I like too. I didn't mind the MJ stuff. A lot of people just like to trip out on it, but her stuff was fine. I liked it this time around because she was like actively like attacking, and you can like stun the people and knock them out easily. Because she has training from Silver Sable. I wish Silver Sable was in this game, but she isn't. Black Cat was in it for a little bit. Because she was like escaping Kraven. So, well, we warned her to get out of here to save her from Kraven, so she did. No Taskmaster either. We'll see if they even do DLC. Who knows if they do DLC or not? But I wouldn't mind DLC stuff for characters that were left out of this game, or whatever, or if they just make Miles Morales 2, because they said they were gonna make the next Spider-Man game was gonna be Miles' game, but I don't know if it's gonna be Spider-Man 3 or Miles 2. I don't know. But yeah, Spider-Man 2, fantastic game. Number 2. Most of these I played on stream, so. Like a Dragon Gaiden. This game is a Yakuza game, which means I already talked about another Yakuza game already, but this game is ups and downs, twists and turns. But this time, Kiryu who has been our main character for since obviously Yakuza 0, Yakuza 1, whatever. He's been our main character since then. He's gone through a lot in his life. And now he has to become someone else. He's no longer able to be Kiryu because he's supposed to be dead. He's supposed to be a ghost, basically. Kiryu in this game, he gets sucked back into the life, the Yakuza life, only because there's no other choice. There's no other way for things to go down the way they do without Kiryu getting involved again. But now he's under a different name. Now it's safer for him because his life is no longer in jeopardy, at least from certain people. Unfortunately, his orphanage in Okinawa is constantly in trouble because if he doesn't abide by the rules of the Daidoji, right? Daidoji? I don't remember. I think it was the Daidoji. If he doesn't help them out, they will do something bad to the orphans and Haruka and Haruto and the people he loved. And they're the only ones that know that Kiryu is alive, the Daidoji. His family don't know that he's still alive, even though they suspect that he still is, because he wouldn't die and there would be no funeral, there would be no body, or they obviously know he's still alive, but they don't know where he is and whatnot. So the whole game takes place in Sotenbori, and it is a small town. It's Sotenbori. It's a fun little small town, and the castle, which is pretty cool scenery place that has a lot of stuff to do. This game is basically Kiryu, what he's doing between Yakuza 6 and Yakuza 8. So it takes place in between a decent chunk of time, and Kiryu's trying to do his best to help those he's still helping the people that he loves, but in a different way. And obviously he has to not exist as Kiryu in order to make sure they're still fine and they're safe and they're good. And so this whole game really is just Kiryu trying to, I played this whole game on stream too, but the whole game is trying to basically have Kiryu, the Daidoji is trying to keep Kiryu under their thumb, and he's just too good of a character in order to have that happen. And eventually he gets sucked back into the Yakuza life from people knowing that he's still alive, and the people who know are people that are obviously Yakuza, and they know he's alive because Watase, who is the leader of the Omi Alliance, he is the head of the Omi Alliance. He knows Kiryu is still alive, obviously, somehow. So the Watase sends his what is it called? His lieutenant, or whatever the second in command is, to track us down. And eventually they find us in this shipyard, and we have to obviously, Kiryu, throughout this whole game, he refers to himself as the fake name. I forgot what it is, but it's not Kiryu. He refers to himself as his name this whole time. Hamura? Is that not Hamura? Is it Hamura? Hamura? Yeah, Hanawa. He's our not friend, but our someone who's in the life like we are. Someone in the Daidoji, and the Daidoji, I want to say they take ex Yakuza or Yakuza that they find to be useful, they take them under their control, and they basically just extort them, or else they just kill their family or whatever. It's pretty jacked up, the Daidoji. They're pretty messed up figures, and they're like in the shadows. They operate in the shadows. And the agent style, well, I'll do the gameplay later. But yeah, story is Kiryu being out of the life. He always gets sucked back into the Yakuza life somehow, even if he's under a different name now. That'll always be the case until he doesn't exist anymore, and we'll see if the next game, where that next game takes Kiryu. I'm not ready for it, but we'll see. But yeah, story, some of it is out of the way. Gameplay is pretty great, like Yakuza Dragon Engine gameplay. What is it called? Kiryu has two different styles, regular style and gadgets. Or how many styles is that? I don't remember. Am I tripping? How many agent style and dragon style, whatever. Obviously Dragon, or his Yakuza style, is his normal, like, punches, kicks, brute force style. But his gadget style is where the real fun of the game comes in, where you can summon drones. You can use your little spider web, like actual Spider-Man spider web gadgets. You can smoke a cigarette and then blow it up. It'll blow up a big chunk of the arena and destroy a bunch of people. But yeah, here's fake Ryuji. And this Coliseum is pretty fun. You fight a bunch of fake people from Kiryu's past, including Kiryu, a fake Kiryu himself. And mini games. Obviously, there's hostess stuff to do in order to get them to like you a lot. And then you get a scene like this at the end of the game. I mean, at the end of once you get their heart all the way up or whatever. Upgrade system, like normal. You use money this time, which is like Yakuza 0 throwback, and plus Akame points. Akane or Akame, I don't remember. I think it was Akane. Side characters in this game, really good, fantastic. Probably some of the best side characters in Yakuza game history. And the craziest thing about this game, Gaiden, this music with this cutscene. Let me change this song. Yeah, the craziest thing about this game is that this game is $50. $50 for a full-fledged Yakuza experience. This game is $50. No other game this year has costed that less and has been this good looking, that has been like this polished for $50. This is not a normal price game at all. I would say a normal price version, a normal price game would be $60 nowadays, at least for like next gen. This is I think this might have came out on PS4 also, but which maybe why why the price is that less. I'm not sure, but this game is $50 and it's not on sale. That was base price. This game could have gotten away with being $60, and it didn't. Sega didn't do that. I don't know why. They should have to get just a little bit more money out of this game. I don't know how well it sold. Hopefully it sold well enough, because this game is fantastic. Great boss fights. A lot of really good heat actions, really different heat actions. Really fantastic characters, side characters, and eventual friends that you make in this game that ties up from Yakuza 7. The events in Yakuza 7 some stuff tie up here, and then post Yakuza 7, which another fight happens after the fight in Yakuza 7 in the building, which I didn't even know about, but I guess they could have fit the fight there at some point. But yeah, overall, this Yakuza experience was a experience of a lifetime, and hopefully I already know Yakuza 8 is going to be fantastic, or Like a Dragon 8 is going to be a generational game. I already know it. I can feel it in my bones. This game is the next game is gonna be something that people are gonna be talking about for a long time. I can feel it. People talk about all these games all the time, but I have a feeling some stuff is gonna go down in the next game. But we'll see. We will see. Overall, this game is a 10 out of 10. Everything that this game offers, everything that RGG put into this game is so much. There's so much detail, even for like it's not even a full price game. Like I don't know where the budget went. I don't know how much it costed to make this game, but for them to charge $50 for this is pretty bold, because that is very cheap nowadays. As a PS3 game, that's how much PS3 games used to cost, $49.99, or PS2 games maybe. But yeah, final boss has an epic fight that spans throughout the whole Omi Alliance headquarters. I think this is Omi Alliance. I don't think it's Tojo. The music also fantastic. Wounded Beast plays here. That music is fantastic. I'm gonna play it right now. Actually, I haven't heard this Boost Fury OST in a very long time. This is a song that plays here. Yeah, Tsuruno, Shishido, fantastic characters. I hope they come back. At least Shishido. He's the Daidoji takes him at the very end of the game after the fight. He's the final boss of the game. I didn't think he was gonna be the final boss, but it makes sense. It makes sense that he's the final boss. Look at this, man. Look how strong this guy is. Like, we already had beat him up and sent him through through the ground, basically, in the previous fight. And he's still ticking. He has a bunch of cuts on his face. He's a really well designed character, man. and the actor that plays him is really good too. Everyone in this game, I can say that about any character in Yakuza history. They're all fantastic at all points in times. I didn't play the dub, obviously, because the dub isn't out yet. I might play through the game dub, so I can say I like Watase's dub voice. But I want to get used to Kiryu's English voice because I'm gonna be playing Like a Dragon 8, Like a Dragon 8 in English because I like Ichiban and his gang's English voice. I'll probably play both on English and Japanese. Probably English first and then Japanese for Like a Dragon 8. But yeah, fantastic game with fantastic moments. I think I'll let this scene play out. It's my top 2 games, so. Let me see where the... He has a really cool tattoo on his back, like a lion, or like old Japanese lion, mixed with like a dragon or something. I would love to get a dragon on my back, but I don't really like tattoos. So I mean, I don't really care too much for them. I used to. Maybe if I was young, I would have. Like if I played Yakuza when I was younger, I probably would have been inspired to get a dragon or something on my back. But these tattoos are so well done, man, for this game. I'll settle with being in Like a Dragon, the series, and having them put a custom design on my back. I'll settle with that, but that'll never happen. This is probably like the one video game series I would love to be in. I don't think anything really comes close. I don't want to be in like Final Fantasy or anything, unless it's like voice acting or something. But like having my likeness in a video game of like Yakuza and either beating me up or having me be a part of the gang would be pretty fun. Would be a pretty fun experience, honestly. But I'll leave those to the professionals. This scene was probably like one of the best scenes in the game, probably the franchise, because everyone is here. Kiryu acting like Kiryu, but he's not Kiryu at the same time, because he's he has to protect his everything, his life. The thing is with this cutscene is like Kiryu obviously has to stay like hidden, and then we'll see. You'll see. This was a really long cutscene, actually. I probably should have sped it up, but it's alright. Or sped it up. And I was really shocked. I was like, "Oh, Kitty took his off too," because like he's supposed to be dead, but obviously you can't really hide him. He's right there in front of you. So this is really probably the coolest moment in the series. I love it. All right, next game. Next game. Next game. Last game, I should say. Numero uno. Guess what game that's gonna be. Actually. I have a decent chunk of this game I played on stream. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm still, well, I was still playing it because of the DLC also. Bing, bing. The thing is, when this game, well, when the demo came out of this game, it came out at like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, because it was like the night before was the event. And then the next day they were like, okay, well, that night they were like, the demo is getting released tonight. So everyone was like, ooh, nice. So before work, I ended up playing this game. I had to work that day, so I had to play early. And I woke up early enough to stream it. And I was very glad I did, because I love this. Getting to experience the demo of this game, which is basically the opening of this game, the first like 2.5 hours of solid demo. Epic icon fight with Phoenix and Ifrit. Story. What should I talk about first? Gameplay, maybe gameplay first. Gameplay of this game is fantastic. It's very ambitious. Well, I wouldn't call it ambitious, but it's very ambitious for a Final Fantasy game. A lot of people were like, "This isn't Final Fantasy. This is like an action game. It's not turn-based." Like, Final Fantasy doesn't always have to be turn-based. A decent like a good chunk of them are like 13, 12. A lot of them are turn-based, but some of them go outside of their comfort zone. Like Final Fantasy 12. That's 12. That one is like a Xenoblade type of gameplay where you go into battle like running around, and then you get to fight on the field. Like there's no animations to get you into the fight. It's just go around, and then if you see something, you can attack it, do a spell or whatever, and then keep it going. Not every Final Fantasy is the same. Not every Final Fantasy is turn-based. But the thing is with this game, with 16, this is probably the most original Final Fantasy, like 1 through 6 feeling game since 1 through 6. All the other ones have been just crazy, fantastic epics of like space operas and whatnot. But this one is very down to earth, very real, very gritty. And it has to deal with the crystals just like the original, like 6. 7 doesn't have crystals, 8 doesn't have crystals, 9 doesn't have, well, I don't know if 9 has crystals or not. I don't remember. 10 doesn't. 11, I didn't play 11. I don't really know too much about 11. 12, I don't remember. But it's an original feeling Final Fantasy game in terms of story. Which is the most important part, is the story. Fantastic story. It had me hooked from the very beginning. Clive had me hooked as a main protagonist. The world had me hooked with like the magic, being able to, what is it called? Being able to see the world develop in front of your eyes like this is really fantastic. Going into this blind, like I didn't know really much going into it, like how the world was gonna be, the crystals and all of that, the revelations that come out later in the game. Everything playing this game it's a very, very, very great experience playing this game. I say that about a majority of the games I played this year, but it's probably the most important one for me. This game has a very, I wouldn't call it a very like it hit home. It hits home with me in certain parts because, well, obviously because one of the one of the main characters' name is Joshua, and that's my name. And I took it hits because it's about two brothers, and I wish I could be. I wish I had, a better older brother than what I do. I don't want to bring uh uh my own personal life into this, but I connected with this game in a way that I didn't with other games. In terms of how the story plays out at the end. Joshua, I'm not gonna talk about it, but uh things happen at the end and it hits me pretty hard for more reasons than one. Um but yeah, gameplay, going through the game, uh the combat is really well done. It every combat encounter I had in this game was kept me engaged and kept me having fun from the first fight until the very last fight of the game. I don't think I ever was bored in a fight. Sometimes I just want to just get it over with, but I wouldn't call that bored. I would just be like, okay, I know how to do all this, so I'm just gonna kill everything as fast as I can. And when I get to the bosses, I'm gonna use everything that I gather, combat wise, finding everything in the world, everything in the game, to the boss fights, which makes the boss fights easier because you're growing as a player. Yeah, the from unlocking different icons at the end of the game or throughout the game, using every type of ability that you want to, or as long as you have the ability points, you can put whatever ability you want on your icons. So you can use Ramuh and have a Titan ability and a Phoenix ability, and it's so well done. This game, the combat, everything, but the combat is very satisfying. When you hit something, it feels good when you're attacking. The one thing I wish they had was elemental weaknesses, which they don't. Because if you hit a bomb, which is obviously fire, when you hit it with fire, it's not absorbing the fire. It's just gonna get hurt. Which I guess they didn't have to do that. It would have been fun if they did, though. It would have been better if they did. It's still fine. Like it just it would have had you make it would have had you think a lot more with the combat if you if you had elemental weaknesses. You would have had to use, like, if you go into a fight with all fire uh abilities and you fight something that's fire, you're not going to be able to use those abilities. So hopefully they can add like an update, like an elemental update, where the enemies in the game have elemental weaknesses and elemental resistances, and that'll make fighting bosses and fighting enemies in general more of a challenge. Because Final Fantasy mode, it gives you a better challenge, but it's just difficulty. There's no elemental changes or anything. Gameplay, there's a lot of stuff in the game that you can use throughout the game. In fights, I'll probably skip past the demo. Not this one. Music stop? Oh, the music stopped. Just noticed that. Guess I'll put this on for this one. I don't know what I'm doing on. I think I'm checking the volume or something. But yeah, being able to, like, the combat is just so good. so fluid. So like you don't get stuck in animations. You can cancel animations. You can cancel it with dodging. Um, uh, Side quests. A lot of the side quests were a big major thing that people were talking about that they didn't really care too much for. Side quests are very important in this game, all of them, because they all world build. There's not one that's not important. I mean, you can skip them if you want, but then you're not going to get everything out of the game. They put world building aspects of the story behind side quests, especially the important ones. The important ones are really, really, really good. Even like the mundane ones, like going and picking up like soil, or going and killing a bunch of dogs. Like that's fine. That's side quests. Like side quests don't have to be what's a good definition of a good side quest? They're just side quests. There's stuff to do outside of the main story. It's not anything that needs to be crazy. That it has to be crazy. Like you're just doing side quests so you can get more out of the world, really. And this game does that really well. That's probably one of its strong points is world building. Tells you everything about the Crystal's curse, what the crystals are used for, the what is it called? The bearers, people that are, I wouldn't say racist, but they're what is it called? They're not mean. It's a worse word than that. They treat people who are bearers, which are people who can use magic without a crystal. They treat those people as if they're nothing. It's like they make them slaves, even though those people can revolt, but they probably wouldn't live nearly as long because they use so much magic. And certain people like Clive who are who can use magic without the use of a crystal. He's not technically a bearer. He becomes one because he has no choice, but he can use it because he was blessed by the Phoenix, which is Joshua's icon. So that's why he's able to use magic, and I'm sure his body can last a lot longer using magic than others because he's not a bearer technically. But yeah, side stuff was fantastic. I love the side stuff in this game. It gave me more to do. My voice is going out. But it gave me more stuff to do, more stuff to learn about. Can't really complain about side stuff. You can't really complain about it, especially when you're playing the side stuff but not taking the information in, and then you're like, this is dumb, I don't want to do this, and then you're skipping dialogue that's important so you can learn about what's going on in the world. And then people are like, and when they beat the game, they're like, I don't like the side stuff too much, it was too much talking. I'm just like, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the side missions, the side quests. It's because there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of information. And you can like read the when you hold down the touchpad, you can read the like the, not abbreviations, but you can read the what's going on in the world and whatnot. There's ways around it if you don't want to listen to the dialogue, I guess, but people don't do that either. So it's up to them. It's up to the people that complain to find reasons to complain about the game, even though the game is perfectly fine. This game was fantastic from start to finish. That's just side stuff. Getting that out of the way. Main story is Clive, the brother of the Phoenix, Clive was not chosen to be the bearer, what is it called, dominant of the Phoenix. He was the firstborn of the line of of family that the Phoenix is born from. So Joshua ends up getting that icon. Clive gets quote unquote nothing until you find out later in the game, Ifrit, the one that supposedly kills Joshua in his Phoenix form, Ifrit is Clive, and Clive has the dominant of Ifrit. Clive is the dominant of Ifrit. So Cid, fantastic character too. He comes along, helps you through stuff. Jill, you fight Jill, not knowing that it's Jill. Jill is the dominant of Shiva, and which is pretty crazy because her lineage is has the dominant of Shiva, but I don't think she knew until way later. I don't remember what the reason or if how she found out about it, but she ended up having the dominant of Shiva. Jill, technically Jill and Joshua are the only two party members besides Torgal. Torgal's probably one of the best side characters ever in video games. He's fantastic character. The dog here. What is it called? Yeah, I wish Dion, who's the dominant of Bahamut, I wish he was a party member, but they didn't make him a party member. I guess maybe they thought he wasn't going to be popular and they didn't, or they just didn't have enough development time to do that. Because I would have loved to have Dion be a party member and fight with him. That would have been cool. But anyways, yes, Clive, Joshua. Clive thinks he killed Joshua. Joshua's gone for a chunk of the game until we find out Joshua's alive. He didn't die from the night Ifrit attacked Phoenix, and we see Ifrit and Phoenix fighting through the eyes of Torgal, and Clive is speaking as if he's looking at what's going on, but I'm pretty sure that's not what's happening. That was like not a red herring, but it's like something to take your make your, it was, what is it called? It's not switcheroo, but it's like they make you think one thing but it's really another thing. That's what that is. Anyways, Cid ends up saving Clive and Cid ends up dying, and Cid is the dominant of Ramuh, and the Crystal's Curse was getting to Cid anyway, so he ends up saving Clive and killing or stabbing Typhon. Was it Typhon, or I don't think it was Ultima at the time. Maybe it was Ultima. I think it was Ultima at the time. I don't remember. It was after the Typhon fight. And Joshua saves us that night, and then after that, there's a time skip. This game has a lot of time skips. This game has like 15 years total, or something like that. So Clive is like in his mid-30s at the end of the game. Pretty old for a Final Fantasy protagonist, which is why Square Enix was like, they were hoping to catch the people's eyes with younger Clive, at least Japanese fans. Just for some reason, Japanese people are like obsessed with younger looking protagonists in games. I don't mind, like, it's whatever. But yeah, having a Final Fantasy character be like in his 30s and like seeing his life like this is something that hopefully we can get again, because it's a really fun experience doing that. What is it called? Yeah, time skip. I think it was like 5 years or something like that. And Clive takes over the mantle of Cid, takes over his name and brings Cid's name to greater heights, dealing with the world, helping people out, and being a figure, the name of Cid was not feared, but it was well known because of Clive, because Clive did so much in the world to help people and to save bearers from their oppressors and stuff like that. It's a really deep story, a lot deeper than what I'm giving it credit for. It's a really good story, fantastic game. Really had to think with the combat still, even without elemental weaknesses. You have to always be on your toes, just like that attack right there. Always be on your toes. Even with the DLC, the new DLC, the Omega boss fight was fantastic. Some really good stuff with that DLC. Really good music too. This game's music is fantastic also. Obviously from what's playing right now. It's Final Fantasy 16 song music. Story ends with, or well, I'm not gonna skip there yet. The Bahamut fight with Ifrit, and then with Joshua's Phoenix, and then Phoenix and Ifrit becoming one entity with Awakened, Ifrit Awakened or something like that. I forgot what it's called. But Joshua, the Phoenix, and Ifrit become one being, and we get to fly as Ifrit and do some fantastic. Let me see if I can. I think I have it on stream. I think. Post time skip, Drake's breath. Hugo, the Titan fight was pretty great. So the open zones was pretty fun to explore. The open zones in this game is fantastic also. Is it here? Where is it? Where is it? I just see me running across the desert for like forever. Where is the Titan fight? Oops. Is it like earlier? Yeah, oh, it's here. Yeah, Titan fight was like the start of like the really well made icon fights. The other ones were fine too against Garuda. I don't remember if there was any. And Typhon, I think you fight him before this. Those were good too. But speaking of Typhon, I think that's the that's what that song is right there. Titan, really fun, epic fight. But I enjoyed the Bahamut fight a lot more than this one. Even though this one is pretty great too. It has 3 different. You have to bring his health down 3 different times in this game, or in these fights, in order to kill him. Hugo just didn't want to go down. He did not want to stay down. But yeah, the Titan fight. That's this game's not gimmick, but that's this game's like where this game shines the most is the Titan. I mean the icon fights, because you get to play as a summon. You get to play as the icons. You get to play as Ifrit. When before this game came out, I thought you were going to be able to play like I thought Clive was taking people's icons, and I thought you were going to be able to play with a different number of them. Like I thought you were going to be able to play with Garuda and Titan and Bahamut, but that's not the case. You just play with Ifrit, and it makes Ifrit into an incredible character in his own. Crazy strong, the best icon. he's the strongest icon. He outlasts them all. He kills them all. This part of the fight was very, not slow, but very bulky. This part was fun, when he's falling. We have to kill him while you're falling. Then, do I have? It's here, right? I want to say the. Yes. This, one of the fights here, or maybe it was earlier. The fights in general, actually, you know, it's somewhere. It's here. One of the boss fights here is pretty fun. Not this one. Not the Lich. Where is it? Like this thing you fight before Bahamut. I mean, before Bahamut. Maybe it's here. Undertaker. This thing, Necrophobe. This thing is really fun to fight. It has a lot of crazy moves. I wish there was more of them in the game. There's maybe like 2 or 3 of them you can fight. Annabella, okay. Annabella, she was a very. She's probably the most hated video game character in a long time. She was a heel in this game. She was a really, really bad person in this game. She is our mom, and at the very beginning of the game, I skipped it, but she was look at my reaction to what's going on. She said like Joshua's dead or whatever, and I was like, he's right outside. Did she not know? Like, did she not see the Phoenix out there? It can only be Joshua, but whatever. I was like, she must be delusional. She is delusional, actually. But at the very beginning of the game, she's obviously like, she doesn't like Clive very much at all, even though she's our mom. And she only likes Joshua because he's the Phoenix and she wants to protect him somewhat. And then everything happens with Joshua, with the Phoenix and Ifrit, and then in the rubble finds well, the soldiers and stuff find Clive still alive, and our mom is like, kill him. And then she was like, no, on second thought, or his father wanted his father said he was a great soldier, so put him to use, basically. So she just gave us up and put us to a life of slavery, basically. Our own mom, just because she wanted us to be, she would have preferred Clive to be the dominant of Phoenix, and once he wasn't, he just threw us away, and they made Joshua, and he was the Phoenix. And then and everything else happens. She just does one bad thing after another in this game. She has another child, quote unquote child, with the king of this nation, of Dion's nation, who's Bahamut. And everything happens with Dion. Dion kills his dad on accident because he's trying to kill a kid, because the kid is on of Ultima, and it gets pretty crazy. But yeah, this fight is the best fight in the game, hands down. Best fight in the game, probably the most impressive piece of like video game, like epic video game moments of all time. Just this whole fight in general, all the cutscenes, the gameplay, what Bahamut's play style. I mean, his game, like his fighting moves, fighting him in general with the Phoenix and Ifrit, and then evolved Ifrit or awakened Ifrit, whatever it's called. I just did this fight again recently because I was playing on Final Fantasy mode. The thing is with this Bahamut fight, you don't fight him, like I don't think you take his health all the way down until the very last fight. But in the Titan fight, I think you have to take all 3 Titan fights his health down all 3 fights with Titan. I don't think you do that with Bahamut though. But yeah, I'll skip to the end after this, but this is just epic. This is incredible. This is some incredible stuff. Their ambition with this game, they realized it, and hopefully people play this game, or when they played it, they appreciated it, because we might not see something like this ever again. Like epic fights like this, nobody came close to doing something like this year. Not Baldur's Gate, not what is it called? Well, not Starfield. Nothing comes close to this game this year, in my opinion. I played and beat. I mean, not beaten, but I played Baldur's Gate 3. I have, and Starfield. I have them on Steam Deck. That's where I played them at, and they're fun. Like, I can see how much effort they put into Baldur's Gate, obviously, and they're constantly updating it and adding stuff, adding lines of dialogue and all that. But it's just not too much, but it's just not my type of game, you know. It's an incredibly niche game, and somehow, like, there's so many fans of it. So many fans of the game, which is good. I'm glad. I'm happy for them. But this game is the best game to come out this year. There's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. Nothing comes close. So look at this. This fight alone should win hundreds of thousands of awards. It's a pretty lengthy fight, even though you do a lot of damage as Ifrit Risen. That's what it's called. The ending of this game just completely destroyed me. Spoilers, obviously. And so Joshua, like midway through the game, before the time skip, by the way, Joshua seals a piece of Ultima inside of himself, and he carries that around with him for at least 5 years. He carries a piece of Ultima within him, poisoning himself because of Ultima. And eventually, like, Ultima gets that part of him back. And I figured something was gonna happen. I was like, they didn't forget about it, because Joshua is just normal for a good chunk. Sometimes he bleeds here and there from the mouth, but not often. It was like a not hit and miss, but it was like here and there type of thing with Ultima bothering him. Yeah, Clive is just fantastic character, man. Fantastic. He's a S tier video game character. The final boss, Ultima, and then there's other forms too. This is pretty cool. Ultima is using like your own icons against you. Actually, I'll keep this on. But yeah, Ultima as a villain was fine. Like, it made sense. He's like not the keeper of the crystals, but he's like he's something that exists because what's the reason? I forget what the reason is. This is a pretty cool moment. I forget what Ultima's reason is, why he exists here. Alias. Yeah, Clive is like the one thing he never counted on, or maybe he waited for centuries for Clive to exist, for someone like Clive to exist. But yeah, he like in terms of what he offers as a villain, it's nothing too crazy. Like, he's not too crazy of a villain. Like, he's a pretty powerful and crazy villain, but he's like his voice is just not his voice acting, but his delivery is very just bland. Not bland, but I think that's because of the character. The character itself is like emotionless, so he's delivering his lines perfectly. I think that's what I was trying to get at. He's still a good villain. Like, he makes sense for the world, for why he exists. They explain it. But yeah, OST is amazing. Bosses are amazing. You have to think with all of them. Use all of your tools at your disposal to win, to beat the game, to beat enemies, to beat your bosses. Gameplay fantastic from start to finish. Always kept me dialed in. And that is my game of the year list. Top 13 games. I was gonna add DLCs like what the. But yeah, that is my reviews. Short little reviews per game, besides like the last two, which I went into decent more depth. I was just going through. This is all from the top of my head. There's no script here. There is everything is off the top of my head. All of my memories from the games, from what I remembered, from the gameplay, from the story, the stories, from the just whatever from the games I played this year. That is my list. Final Fantasy 16 is fantastic game. Deserves game of the year in every aspect. This is absolutely the best game that came out this year. Also, I'm playing Avatar right now. I'm playing through Avatar, and the game is good. I'm having a lot of fun with Avatar. It's very fun and fleshed out Avatar experience, like from the world of Avatar. The Pandora that you get to explore is fun, very colorful. I'm not talking about Avatar though. I'm just it came out a little too late for me. I didn't want to delay doing this video any longer. I just put this on YouTube. Hopefully people will see it. Hopefully people will take in my reviews, and if not, I'm just doing it just because like I like voicing my opinions on games that I love, games that I play, and games that that I connect with. And I was gonna play God of War tonight, but I think I'm gonna skip out because my voice is kind of getting a little jacked up. But thank everybody for joining tonight. I do appreciate it, and you guys have a good one. Oh, and please, if you guys would like, I'll be putting this on YouTube, obviously. So if you guys would like to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube mumbo jumbo. I don't really ever do that. Even though I probably should, on more of my what is it called? More of my, not reviews, but more of my reaction videos. I should probably start doing that. And I'm always up for discussion about video games, especially like video games that I love. If y'all want to talk about Yakuza, If y'all want to talk about Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, anything, I'm down. Come stop by a stream if you guys want to. Twitch.tv/J_Ariel. Obviously, it's right here above my head. Type that in on Twitch. I'll pop up. I stream here and there. I try not to go too long without streaming. I don't go like months without streaming. I stream pretty regularly. I just don't have a set schedule, a set time. I just stream when I get off work or when I'm off, and those times can vary. So, but yeah, thank you everybody for joining tonight. I do appreciate it, and you guys have a good one.